if you believe that. Hello, John David. I thought I would try it this way. Do it on YouTube in such a way where you can actually see and hear me, so you'll know that I'm not angry or anything like that. I can spit at pea soup and stuff, and I'll still set the letter 2, so you can cut and paste and add your own little comments to it, in case you don't want to do it through YouTube here. I just thought I'd try something different here with you. This is how it goes. Okay. Dear John David, I think it's going to be too confusing here if I try to break this up into a dialogue, so I think I'll respond with a monologue to the latest exchange. If I end up leaving anything out you wanted me to touch upon, feel free to remind me so I can further respond. Anyway, you seem to be distancing yourself from the Joseph Smith translation of John 1:1, going from the notion of it dealing with the gospel being preached in the beginning and Jesus being a God to Jesus being God with God, possibly seeing it as a Mormon view of gods. In other words, two powerful humans existing side by side. You brought it up that if it were as the King James has it, that it would mean that God is changeable. That in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, the Word was God, means God is changeable. Maybe you could elaborate more. I noticed, though, that you avoided scriptures that seem to show a trinity, such as the fact that Jesus is the creator of all things, visible and invisible, and is before all things, like God is before all things. Or are you going to say that Jesus and God, Father and Son, came into existence at the same time, at the exact same time? Or is this where the Bible has been corrupted? If I was going to be a Mormon, I think I'd have to believe the latter here. By the way, has Joseph Smith removed from his translation those scriptures from the Bible that has Jesus before all things and the creator of all things, visible and invisible? Has Smith removed, quote, by him, Jesus, do all things consist? If not, why did he, Smith, leave them alone? Also, in what you sent me today, you presented the Mormon notion that the Bible has been corrupted, and that is why there is needed to be a translation. The Dead Sea Scrolls are actually in the AD era, not 200 BC at most, like I was led to believe. Remember, John David, the excitement of the scrolls was over the fact that they predated Christianity by a couple of hundred years at most, and atheists were hopeful that writings in them, not just Old Testament, would show that Christianity wasn't original, but inspired by the writings of the Dead Sea Scrolls. Also, if you've read your brother's book of Biblical Mormonism, like I have, and of course my dad definitely had, your brother Richard talked about how very little has changed in the Bible, as the Dead Sea Scrolls pointed out.